이 센스 없는 분, 창을 군말 없이 입고 다니는 건 우가 그만한 예술을 보여주었기 때문이다. 시들지 않는 꽃들이 막무가내로 피어나 피 대신 청청한 향기를 뿜어내는 그 광경은 취향과는 멀지만 그럼에도 감격스러웠지.
If you say so, greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Ekmak. This is the latest, 8th World Progress Knot has ended, which means we now have the Checkup Bokgak extraction installed. This is not World Progress Knot, I will not be pulling on it, but I will be looking at all the cool stuff, so let's see. LCE Ego AEDD. Skill 1 is just about what you'd expect, rolls an 11. Electric Release. At 3 plus 5 plus charge, coin power plus 1 plus 2. It feels like, just from reading that, it seems like they either expect him to burn through charge count very quickly, or they want him to be more of a long distance identity. Flash power plus 1 for every charge count on self. At less than 10 charge, gain 2 charge count. Also deal extra damage for every charge on self. Gain 2 charge count, gain 2 charge count. Skill 2, DC Inversion. Deal extra damage for every charge on self. 3 to 5 charge, gain coin power. At 3 plus charge, convert the final coin into an unbreakable. At 10 plus charge count, consume 5 charge count to gain base power plus 1. Gain 5 charge count and inflict 2 rupture count. Gain charge plus 2 charge count. So 2 charge minimum, okay. Inflict photoelectricity. At 3 plus charge, inflict 3 photoelectricity instead. Okay, that's the cool stuff that his unbreakable coin carries over. His skill 1 does actually have Rupture, so he is a Charge Rupture hybrid. You'd think I'd have paid attention in the ID preview for this, wouldn't you? Skill 3, Envy. High voltage current discharge. Gain high voltage exoskeleton equal to charge to a maximum of 5. Gain stack times 5 shield. If losing stack times 5 shield, lose a stack. Gain charge count equal to stack, both high voltage exoskeleton and shield gain from its effects expire. It's a unique charge barrier. At 3 plus charge, activate high maximum output ultra high voltage current discharge once per turn. At 3 to 5 charge, gain coin power plus 1 plus 2. At 10 charge count, consume it to gain coin power. At least there's some charge count consumption, so we aren't all waiting for the final tier. Gain charge count, inflict rupture and rupture count, inflict photoelectricity. At 3 plus charge, inflict 3 photoelectricity instead. Inflict charge sting equal to charge next turn. At 5 plus charge, inflict it this turn and next turn. Maximum stack of 5. For every stack, take extra damage from skills that gain or consume charge count, including unique charge. For envy skills, strengthen this effect by 8% instead, to a maximum of 40%. Max stack of 5. Lose 1 stack at attack end or turn end after being hit by skills that fulfill the excluding base skills that inflict charge sting. So you definitely want it to be a full team of charge count for this. Otherwise it has the same problem that Blade Lineage Forced has, where her cherry blossoms are going to be expiring regardless of whether a target is able to hit a crit or not. Passives. Gain charge every time this unit consumes 10 cumulative charge count. Any charge barrier is converted to high voltage exoskeleton. At 3 plus charge on self, min and max speed +1. He rolls 5 to 7, that's actually pretty impressive. In this encounter, when taking damage that brings its HP down to 0, gain self charge equal to 5 plus charge on self. Max 20 once per encounter. Final power +2, gain charge count equal to stack lost. Lose a stack at attack end of skills that hit this unit, lose a stack. Attack end, lose 3 stacks. Turn end, lose 5 stacks. That's actually really rude. If you've only got a max stack of 20, then that means... $8 per turn if they can't hit you with any unbreakable skills. So that means you get 3, maybe 4 turns on this. But it doesn't say that... I don't see it working out that well. I don't think it's a survival identity. Also, I forgot to look at this. Combat start, gain high voltage exoskeleton once per turn. Gain coin power equal to charge on self. So it rolls from 5 to 10, from 15, 5 to 15 or 5 to 20. Gain 2 charge count twice per turn. Gain aggro to the skill slot next turn. If there are 3 plus allies wearing ego gear including this unit, all relevant allies gain offense level up. If this unit has 12 or less charge count when consuming charge count due to AEDD ego passive. On heads hit, instead of consuming 2 charge count, consume 4 shield or HP to activate the ego passive. Only triggers when at 25 or higher HP. Now that's interesting, because it means that he's never going to reduce himself below the 10 charge count needed for his skills here. He can continue to give out charge passive, but he's also going to eat through a lot of HP, and I guess 274 and +3 isn't bad. Plus slash resistance. Take the lead, I'll provide you support. Combat start, gain 10 charge count once per encounter. Gain 10 charge count once per encounter? Really? It's a good thing that there's more. At more than 12 charge count, consume excess charge count up to 8. Apply half of charge count consumed due to this effect, charge count on an ally. Round it up. This effect prioritizes the ally with the lowest charge count among allies with earlier deployment than this unit. If there are no allies with earlier deployment, or this unit has 3 plus charge, deactivate the effect. So he's actually supposedly he's going to very rapidly charge up, and then rapidly get rid of it again. At 2 plus gloom or envy resonant, don't bother. Just make this a gloom or envy resonance passive. Don't cram it into another passive. I actually found out that I really hate the ones that have resonance requirements on top of standard requirements. Middle Ishmael has a lot to answer for. Apply 2 charge count next turn on allies with earlier deployment than this unit. Apply higher on resonance between Gloom and Envy allies in deployment order to a maximum of 3. At 3 plus charge, apply 4 charge count on allies instead. If there are no allies with earlier deployment on the battlefield, gain 4 charge count instead. And his support skill 4 times Envy Resonance. 3 allies with earliest deployment order heal HP equal to sum of charge count and unique charge consumed by each of their own attack skills this turn, respectively. What a mess. But he said it does sound interesting for a charge team. Alright, so the other thing is Ardor Blossom Forced. Awakening, 3 attack weight, 10 plus 5. And they've already sunk the ego. Congratulations. Final power plus 1 for every 10 burn on all targets plus burn on self. To a maximum of 2. How generous of you! Attack end, gain 10 burn count, 10 burn and 1 burn count. At 15 plus burn on self, gain wrath damage up next turn. Inflict a burn. Inflict burn equal to wrath resonance. Divided by 2 to a maximum of 3. Maximum of 3 rounded down. Inflict burn count equal to wrath resonance divided by 3. Maximum of 2 rounded down. Okay, so at least the burn is going to stay for more than 1 turn. After current coin attack. At 15 plus burn on self, inflict embers to all targets once per turn in focused encounters to parts. Potency of 3. Count of 6. If this unit has burn, lose embers count when hit by a skill that inflicts burn, potency, count, or unique burn. If they do not have burn, reset the count to 6 when hit. At 0 embers count, activate the following effects. Activate the burn on self and lose a burn count. Lose an embers potency. If this unit has 1 plus remaining embers potency, then reset the embers count. So basically, if you can maintain the burn, then it's going to trigger extra times. Alright. I don't quite know why I didn't catch that. I don't think I actually looked at this idea at all in the skill preview. 17 minus 3 for the corrosion. Attack weight of 5. But both of them are blunt, unlike Ishmael where it's pierce for the awakening and blunt for the corrosion. Before attack, final power plus 1 for every 10 burn on all targets plus burn on self. Gain burn and burn count. At 25 plus burn, gain 2 wrath damage up next turn. If this unit is missing 50% HP, heal 5 SP for every burn on self. Okay. Inflict burn count, and then burn count equal to wrath resonance. Inflict burn, then burn equal to wrath resonance. After current coin attack, randomly inflict 6 embers between targets once per turn, excluding targets with maxed embers potency. Okay, I see how that works. In focused encounters the parts. This effect triggers immediately after using the ego skill. For every turn and burn on self, inflict burn potency inflicted on enemies with this unit's base attack, skill effects, and coins by 1 to a maximum of 2 but excluding unique burn. How boring. When this unit uses absolute ABS max attunement, degraded corrosion, this unit does not die at the skill's end. Instead, heal 40% HP, gain 2 blunt damage and 1 wrath damage up next turn. Once per encounter is extremely stingy of you, game. We're not going to cover the whole thing, but I did want to show all my thoughts on the new IDs, now that we can see the actual numbers. So, until next time guys, take care, I'll see you all around.
나의 삶은 나선
가끔은 지령과 파우스트가 정말 가깝다는 생각을 합니다. 뒤틀림이나 환상체는 파우스트 정도의 천재가 아니라면 단순한 통계와 이론만으로 접근해서는 안 됩니다. 시류를 읽는 직관과 학습에 대한 열의, 거기에 약간의 행운도 필요할 테죠.